The night Soviet radar detected something that shouldn't exist in the darkest years of the Cold War. The United States stood as the most technologically advanced military power on Earth. By 1983, American nuclear submarines patrolled silently beneath the oceans. Intercontinental ballistic missiles could cross continents in minutes, and satellites monitored the planet from space. It was an era defined by overwhelming firepower and constant suspicion. And on one September night, deep inside a secret Soviet bunker, that balance of power triggered a moment of sheer terror. September 26, 1983, just after midnight near Moscow. Inside the heavily guarded Serpukhov 15 Early Warning Center, Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov was on duty. His job was to monitor the Oko satellite system, designed to detect American missile launches the instant they occurred. Outside the bunker, tensions between Washington and Moscow were dangerously high. Only weeks earlier, Soviet forces had shot down Korean Airlines Flight 007, killing 269 civilians. NATO military exercises were underway. President Ronald Reagan had labeled the Soviet Union an evil empire. Both nations feared the other might strike first. At 0:14 Moscow time, the silence shattered. An alarm sounded. On the main screen, a word flashed in red: launch. The system reported that an American intercontinental ballistic missile had lifted off. Infrared sensors had detected what appeared to be the heat plume of a rocket rising toward space. Protocol required immediate confirmation. If Petrov reported a verified attack, Soviet leadership would have only minutes to authorize nuclear retaliation. But something felt wrong. The system showed only one missile. Strategically, it made little sense. A real American first strike would involve hundreds of warheads, intended to cripple Soviet defenses instantly. Then the screen updated. A second launch, then a third, a fourth, a fifth. 5 missiles in total, classified as high reliability. Inside the bunker, tension tightened. Phones waited to be lifted. If Petrov confirmed the attack, Soviet missiles would soon arc across the Arctic toward American cities. The United States would respond in kind. Civilization could collapse before sunrise. Petrov felt the weight of that decision. Training told him to trust the system. American missile forces were powerful, accurate, and always ready. If the launch were real, hesitation could mean the destruction of his country. Yet instinct told him the data was incomplete. 5 missiles were too few. Ground radar had not confirmed incoming objects. The scenario did not match established American strategy. Time was running out. Petrov picked up the phone, and instead of confirming the attack, he reported a malfunction. A false alarm. It was a decision that carried enormous risk. If he was wrong, Soviet cities would be destroyed without retaliation. If he was right, he had just prevented nuclear war. Minutes passed in agonizing silence. No additional launches appeared. Ground radar detected nothing. There were no explosions, no impacts. The satellites had been fooled. Later analysis revealed the cause. A rare alignment of sunlight and high-altitude clouds had created infrared reflections that mimicked missile launches. The Oko system, still new and imperfect, interpreted reflected sunlight as rocket fire. Technology designed to guard against American strength had mistaken light for destruction. The implications were staggering. A natural optical illusion had nearly triggered World War III. The Cold War had always been a contest of machines, missiles, and automated responses. But on that night, it became a test of human judgment. The incident was immediately classified. There were no headlines, no medals. Petrov was even criticized for minor procedural issues. Only after the collapse of the Soviet Union did the world learn how close it had come to catastrophe. September 26, 1983, was not marked by explosions or fire. No missiles crossed the sky. No cities burned. Yet for several long minutes, the fate of millions hung in the balance inside a dimly lit bunker near Moscow. One officer chose doubt over blind trust in technology. On that night, Soviet radar detected something that should not have existed. A phantom launch, a ghost in the machine. And the world was spared not by weapons or machines, but by hesitation. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing for more Cold War close calls, secret military technologies, and untold moments that nearly changed history. Thank you for watching, and stay with us as we continue exploring the most dangerous nights of the modern era.